Today I want to talk about Legend of Zelda's Tears of the Kingdom. Now this gets released next month. I for one am very excited. I have the game pre-ordered and will be looking forward to picking up my copy on the 12th of May. Now Nintendo have sent out the previews for this for people to get a hands-on experience, gaming journalists. I know some people on YouTube that have Zelda channels and gaming channels have got the previews for this. I personally am not watching any of it because I want to go in blind and just see what the game's like when I start playing it. But there's one gaming site that won't be reviewing it, which is Kotaku, as Nintendo have them blacklisted. Now there was a tweet a few days ago by American Truck Song 9. It's preview day for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. A huge game I would love for Kotaku to be able to inform its millions of readers about firsthand. Unfortunately, Nintendo still has it blacklisted from advance coverage, a move I would argue is both unprofessional and coercive. Now Kotaku calling someone unprofessional, I personally think it is hilarious because the site has not been a professional, serious gaming site for as long as I can remember. Now it may have started off as a professional gaming site, but it certainly isn't that way anymore and hasn't been for a lot of years. Now there could obviously be many reasons why Nintendo have decided to blacklist them and not give them a preview copy. It could be for how they treated Hogwarts Legacy, trying their damned hardest to get that game boycotted. I believe it was them that got the lead developer cancelled. It could be generally their bad takes on not reviewing video games on video game purposes, which would be a fair reason why they have decided to not give them it. I think one of the main reasons would be this. A few years ago when Metroid Dread came out, they released an article saying Metroid Dread is already running great on Switch emulators. So they weren't telling people to go buy the game, they were essentially telling people to go pirate the game on an emulator, something Nintendo would not have been happy about. Nintendo's very, very protective of their properties. But this tweet, he is a senior reporter at Kotaku, and he clearly is not happy that they haven't got a preview copy of this game. But like I said, I can't blame Nintendo for not wanting to give them a copy of it. If they did give them a copy of it, I am sure most of the article would just be complaining about the game, if I'm being honest. They would take issues with Zelda not being the main character. They'd take issues with Link being the only playable character. I mean, Zelda may be playable through the game, but Nintendo have said in the past that Zelda will never be a playable character. So I don't know if that will change this time. But I imagine Kotaku would take issues with Link being the protagonist. They'd probably take issues with him being a straight white male. They'd take issues of anything they can find. They'd probably make issues out of something that isn't an issue in the game. They haven't reviewed games on gameplay merits. They review games on politics and virtue signalling. It's what they've done for years. And I will be quite honest, I'll be surprised if Kotaku is still up and running by the end of the year. I don't think a lot of people take much notice of it anyway, and I think after trying its hardest to get on board and get people joining in with the boycott of Hogwarts Legacy and seeing how well that sold, despite the best efforts, I think that a lot of gaming companies will be looking at sites like this as a negative sign. They won't want sites to be trying to stop sales of the games. I'm sure Nintendo aren't the only company that have blacklisted Kotaku. I am fairly sure there are others, but I can't think which ones they are. If you do know, do let me know in the comments. But this is what years of not being actual video game journalists and just trying to find stuff in video games to complain about. If they don't fall in line with your political beliefs or what you think games should do, then companies are going to stop giving them games. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is without a doubt going to be one of the biggest games of the year, and the senior higher ups who own Kotaku are going to want to know why their gaming site isn't allowed to preview this game. But what do you guys think about this situation? Do you think Nintendo are doing the right thing by not giving Kotaku the preview copy of this game? Do you think more companies should follow the suit of Nintendo and stop giving sites like this a chance to potentially ruin sales of the games? Or do you think Nintendo are not being reasonable and think that they should have copies? Do let me know in the comments below. And that's all from me. I'm off to make a fresh cup of tea.